What's up, Dub Nation? Hello, YouTubers. This is Poor Man's Commish, your Warriors credentialed insider, and I'm here to talk about Andrew Wiggins. He's currently on Team Canada. They are playing in one of the Olympic qualifying tournaments that's going on simultaneously around the world. And I'm not going to go into that much detail about that kind of background information. I'm going to leave that on our website, www.LetsGoWarriors.com. It's our new website. We've got a ton of cool information on there, and it will basically be my place where I put everything that I can as a beat writer and video journalist for covering the Warriors. Be sure to put the www in front of Let's Go Warriors to get to our website properly there. All right, so what I'm going to do here is first, I'm going to just show you all of the highlights because I managed to slice and dice this footage without it getting demonetized. And as you will see in the version after this, I go into some pretty deep analysis. So these are all really small clips. So if you work for FIBA and you're watching this video, please consider not demonetizing it because we're really using it to analyze Wiggins. We're not rebroadcasting the game. One thing that I noticed when I was watching Canada beat Greece, and by the way, keep in mind that, first of all, this was the first game that Canada played with each other with this sort of new squad. You can go to our website again to see all of the details on the roster. There's a couple interesting things going on. One, Michael Mulder, a fellow Warrior, obviously, and we'll see if he gets his option exercised by the Warriors. I'm thinking maybe not, but in any case, as of today, he's still a Golden State Warrior. And so there's that, and then RJ Barrett is doing a lot of the point guard duties, so that's got to be mentioned. But again, the focus of this video is to really hone in on how Andrew is playing, and the way that he's been playing just basically reminds me of, and I wanted to pass that on to Dub Nation. It should remind you guys of what we really like about him. But then again, there are his sort of, I guess, warts in his game. And it all kind of came through in this game against Greece that they won. But just keep in mind that this was the first time Canada played together. And the other thing to keep in mind is that the competition is obviously inferior to the NBA, and the defenders on the court in these Olympic qualifying tournaments and the Olympics, aside from Team USA, is generally going to be less athletic than the NBA, obviously. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just go through sort of highlight by highlight. So we're gonna just analyze Wiggins to death here. So this first one right here is just a rebound early in the game, really early in the game. And you can see that he's got really good length. And it reminds you how important it is to have a 7-foot wingspan. Here we got Wiggins coming off of a pick and roll, and he pops a three. Now that's going to remind a lot of Warriors fans of his sort of hit or miss style from three-point land. Yes, he can get hot, but lots of times he settles. And you'll notice that sort of in the beginning of the game, he's more likely to just see if his three-pointer is on target or not. And he seems to like to do that early in the game. But then here he's also attacking, but had a turnover right there. Attacking again, another turnover. The pass was a little behind Dwight Powell there, the center of Team Canada, who is also a nemesis of the Warriors. He plays for the Dallas Mavs, if you recall. Then we have here a highlight of Wiggs skying for the alley-oop. Pretty standard Andrew Wiggins for you there on the fast break. Here you'll see another rebound, happens to be there, hauls it in. So we're covering a lot here. It's just good to see our guys, meaning Wiggs and Mulder, out there in actual basketball competition. So this is an exciting video for me to do because it's actual basketball. Right there, you've got Wiggins instinctively going behind the back. I thought that was a really cool sign of Wiggs and some of his extra talent and skill there. And he gets fouled. And he also made both of his free throws here, which we'll talk about some more later on in this video. All right, here he's attacking again. So you like to see that. You like him not just settle from outside. Okay, on this side inbounds, I want you guys to notice that Wiggins will execute a switch and then do a pretty good job of covering a bigger man, but they still score. Also here they score again, but check out how Wiggins' length allows him to kind of be in two places at once. So he can be in the paint in 1 millisecond and then challenging the three at the next. He doesn't get there in time on this one, but it's a pretty good challenge. And he gets better and better as the game progresses, you'll see. Okay, here is just standard Wiggins probing the pick and roll and then just popping out and getting that three-pointer. After that, you see him getting an assist here. And then on this defensive sequence, watch as he shows himself on the potential help, then goes away. Then he has to cover the guy who's about to maybe go for the alley-oop, which, by the way, Greece does very well on the pick and roll. Rick Pitino's done a really good job of having the Greece big men drop to the rim and go vertical for buckets. But here you see Wiggins adjusting himself as he sees the help on the rotation, and then he's ready to go out to the wing if necessary, but the ball misses and he actually gets a chance to rebound right there. So lots of versatility from Wiggins on that one. On this one, another great closeout. That was not a foul. He actually got hand on hand, which in the NBA these days, you're just going to have to close out really well. And Wiggins does a pretty good job of that. On this one, just pretty much streaks right by the Greece defense. Again, the defense of these games is going to be slightly inferior, but give credit where credit's due. Here we have Wiggins posting up. He'll miss this time, but it's clear that he can have that shot anytime he wants. Again, a really impressive closeout. Good to have a 7-foot wingspan. And then at the end of the half, he throws up this prayer. Now we got a highlight of his earlier three-pointer here. Sorry, it's not in sequence. And he's getting comfortable from the three-point line. So he launches that one. Does not launch pivots. And the play goes around. He's able to get an assist out of that one. Not a big play there. This next one I really like because it shows his pick and roll defense versatility. He will switch on the big, and then he's long enough to make it bothersome for the point guard to not be able to feed cleanly. This one, the big does get the ball, but misses on the nice contest. And then here on offense, he's banging on the inbound and then also gets the board there right in the middle. So he's got a skinny frame, but he can do a lot of things with his athleticism and length. Now on this pick and roll, he's a little bit late and probably makes the wrong read in terms of leaving Nick Kalathis, the Greece point guard, to go up against Dwight Powell. Andrew even says my fault on that one. And here's an example where we kind of see Wiggins's warts come out. Kind of doesn't handle the ball that well there, and it leads to turnover. But then he comes back and with his long arms gets that steal. Of course, it was a really bad pass by Kalathis. Here he does a good job of contesting on a fast break that really had no chance of defending, and Greece still scores, but at least he's back there with his long arms and making it difficult. Then another three. So it's just outstanding for the Warriors to have a guy who has a 7-foot wingspan and can hit some threes every now and then. On this one, I want you to notice him switching kind of 1.5 times. But then more importantly, look at the closeout. He's closing out with his left arm, his non-dominant arm there, which isn't something you do naturally, but he's able to make the guy miss. So that's pretty cool. And here we have Wiggs posting up again, and he takes his man and just misses it there. Again, the pick and roll defense of Wiggins is a pretty good thing for the Warriors to have. You can see his length here on the switch, again, making it difficult for that entry pass. And here he does a good job of boxing out the big man on another switch. Right here, yet another switch, and he gets called for the foul, but I thought it was a good reach-in, actually, to bother the guy. He might want to think about not having his hands go down and just moving his feet with his arms up next time. Here, just a standard rebound for Wiggins. Right place, right time. And here we have Wiggs confident with his three, so he launches. Once again, Wiggs' length on the pick and roll switch, and the post defense against Giannis's brother Kostas causes him to miss. And then you also have Wiggins playing full court man-to-man. Yes, once again, the Greece ball handler here is not an NBA point guard per se, but just the versatility of Wiggins. I think a lot of Warriors fans forget that Wiggins can do so many different things, and it's really valuable when it comes to being in Steve Kerr's system. And he gets a rebound out of it. On this one, there was a foul off the ball, but he kind of shanked the top of the key three that didn't count. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hit and miss from 3-point range. Kind of gets hot, not that hot, and then it's back to kind of a crapshoot from out there. And here he's a little bit too aggressive, and that's, again, one of the things that we have to start accepting about Andrew is that sometimes he doesn't do the most high IQ things. He just kind of has brain farts. And then on this one, on the loose ball, he easily wins the foot race, glides to the bucket. On this one, you can see how he likes to attack. He likes to sort of just face up and then lower his shoulder towards the hoop. But as we know, he sometimes does have trouble finishing deep in the paint like that. And yet I thought it was good that he showed a little emotion here, was upset at the ref, and there may well have been a foul on that drive. So anyways, this closed out a really impressive third quarter from Wiggins. Hitting threes, finishing the fast breaks, making good switches on pick and rolls, and playing great defense. And that's the part with the Warriors that a lot of fans forget. And I just wanted to remind you guys that Andrew has some really good strengths that can help this team make a playoff run next season. Okay, now the fourth quarter was a little shaky for Wiggs. He pretty much played the whole third quarter, so I'm thinking maybe it was fatigue. So that's something to look out for as he returns to the Warriors. And again, this is just one game. It's their first game, Team Canada. So take it with a grain of salt, but maybe the brain farts are connected with fatigue. That's my sort of early hypothesis. And here you can see Wiggins' wingspan helping out with the rebound. Good job of Wiggs to get the ball out of the double team here. And again, the brain farts. I mean, the pass by Dort wasn't perfect, but this just was kind of a silly turnover no matter whose fault it really was. Wiggins isn't going to play perfect defense every single time, and you can see here that he kind of reads it a little bit late, and they pay the price. Here's Wiggins with the nice fadeaway. So if he gets more consistent on this kind of stuff, he can be quite a weapon for the Warriors. And right here again, his length, the wingspan, helping out deflecting the pass, leading to a turnover. On this one, again, you can see his style of attack, face up and then use the shoulder. So he does have a lot in his bag. And it's just a matter of, as you guys well know, of putting it all together and being more consistent with it and making sure the ball goes through the hoop. Another brain fart here just dribbles the ball off his foot. You can see that there's only 1:12 left in the game, so maybe it was fatigue. And again, he's late on the pass here. Good job here to find the open man, RJ Barrett. And once again, a superb closeout by Wiggins, not fouling the guy as well. Wiggins does a very good job of flying by people and not getting in their landing space. So you can see Canada won this game, but they did make a few late mistakes that made it closer than it should have been. And so, again, it's their first game together, so you can't be too critical with the team overall. And with Wiggins, again, just closing out by saying he really has a lot of versatility that you don't find in a lot of wings in the NBA. I think we should all be happy that we do have Andrew Wiggins on this squad. And it's another year. We're going to get Clay back. Wiggs does have those brain farts, those warts. But I think as long as there's an upward trajectory still, and maybe that's something I'll ask Steve Kerr in training camp about, we should be happy that Wiggs is on the team rather than having him involved in every single trade scenario, which is understandable due to the structure of the salaries. But I think it's time to readjust our thinking of Wiggins. And maybe it's just the outrage on social media, but appreciate Wiggins for the things that he brings to the table and also accept some of the faults that he comes with that he keeps working on. Like, we don't get as mad about Steph's turnovers. We don't get as mad about Draymond's missed shots. We start to accept those things as we get to know a player. Klay Thompson, we used to really get on him for the missed layups and those clay-ups. He's improved and he's shown us. So as long as the culture is there, the work ethic is there, I think that Wiggins is somebody we got to start thinking about as a keeper. And with that, let's check out what Wiggs had to say after the game. But only after Wiggs figures out that he doesn't need to wear the backpack in the press conference.
Head coach Nick Nurse and Andrew Wiggins joining us. Thank you, Coach. Andrew, I'll ask you the same question. Your thoughts on the game from a player's perspective?
It was a hard-fought game from both sides. Like Coach said, they threw a lot of different defenses at us. I feel that we reacted well. We're still learning to play together. It's a new squad. But every game we're getting better. Every moment we're on the court together, guys are, the chemistry is building. We're getting more comfortable, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Thank you, Andrew. All right, we'll now open the floor to questions.
Hey, guys. I got one for Andrew and one for Nick. Andrew, you guys had 28 assists on 33 made field goals or something. Seems to be a really unselfish group. Could you see that in training camp? And does that explain what we're seeing, even though you guys are pretty new to each other on the floor?
Yeah. When you play together, the game becomes easy. Everyone's in a good rhythm. Everyone's going to get after it offensively, defensively. And, we're a lot of unselfish guys. We all want to see each other win, do good. And out there, we're just trying to play aggressive, play to win, play the right way. And I feel like if we keep playing that way, keep playing together, then the sky's the limit for us.
Hey, guys. Miles Dichter here with CBC Sports. Question for Andrew. When you see your teammates knocking down shots like they did tonight, I think 6 guys besides himself scored in double figures, how does that sort of build trust for moving forward when you guys might face sort of more difficult end-of-game situations?
Pardon me? I didn't hear the last part.
How does that build trust moving forward when you might face difficult end-of-game situations?
At the end of the day, it's basketball. We have a lot of guys on this team that, can put the ball in the hoop, that can play at a high level, that do play at a high level. So when they're making shots, it makes the game easier for everybody. The floor starts to open up. Everyone's in a great rhythm, and we're playing together, so it's winning basketball.
Yes, my name is Hector Jose Gonzalez Baez from Deportes Tu y Yo. This question is for Andrew. Andrew, congratulations to passing on the semifinals.
Thank you.
what is the most important thing right now to the weekend during this pandemic stage?
What's the most important thing?
Next couple days.
Next weekend game.
Oh, next weekend's game. What's the most important thing? Oh, we just got to lock in. That's the main thing. I feel like we'll win the games by defense. We can score if anybody. We have a lot of talented guys, but locking in on defense and rebounding the ball is going to be the key thing.
So that's my report for you today. Real, actual basketball to talk about. I got a chance to really analyze Wiggins. Michael Mulder is playing just spot roles, so I'm not going to really talk about him all that much. And I'm not sure that the Warriors will keep him for next season. So I'm going to hold off on that, although he's a great guy. And so the focus here is on Wiggins. I hope you liked what I gave you here. So thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We will see you very soon. This upcoming week, we are credentialed for the golf tournament that Steph Curry just committed to. So we'll be there, and we'll try and do some special things live and on the scene for you. Also, don't forget to check out our website and our Discord. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and let's go Warriors.